Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you a bit about the five themes of geography. Overall, the five themes of geography help people to understand where a person is and why a place is the way that it is. The five themes of geography are as follows: location, place, region, movement, and human environment interaction. So let's look at these one at a time. Location has two parts: absolute and relative. Absolute location is the exact location of something on a map, using longitude and latitude. Relative location is where something is compared to something else. So if you wanted to find my classroom, I could give you its relative location by saying that it's down the hall across from the library between the BST lab and Mrs. Doyle's room. Now, because you guys know the school's layout pretty well, you can probably find my classroom. But if somebody else didn't know the school very well, giving them its relative location might not be as helpful. At the same time, giving them only its absolute location when you don't have a GPS, that also could make it a little bit difficult. Okay, place is number two. It's an area defined by everything that's there. So if we wanted to talk about the school as a place, we could mention that there's a library, two gyms, a cafeteria, or most importantly, Mr. Carter's classroom. Number three on our list is region. A region is an area that is defined by certain similar characteristics. So, for example, Michigan and several of the states surrounding Michigan might be considered to be part of the Great Lakes region of the United States. Each of those states must touch a Great Lake, and they all also have a similar climate. So they've got similarities and could, as a group, be considered to be a region. Now, another example, if we wanted to kind of zoom in closer on the map, we could look at other parts of Michigan which share similar characteristics. One example might be Michigan's Upper Peninsula. This could be considered its own region because large parts of it have a shared or similar culture, and of course a general apathy towards what happens in the Lower Peninsula. Alright, number four is movement. Movement refers to how people move from one place to another. I know you've talked about this before in the past, probably 5th or maybe 6th grade. This can be super simple. It could just be simply, how did you guys get to school today? Did you ride the school bus? Did your mom or dad take you? Did you walk to school, ride a bike, horse and buggy, snowmobile, airplane, whatever it is. Or it could be much more complex. For example, movement might also make you think about, how did humans migrate to North America from Africa, which, spoilers, we're going to talk about later this year. Alright, so the fifth theme of geography is human-environment interaction. This one is a little bit bigger and a little bit more complex than the other four. This involves thinking about how people depend upon their environment, or like the natural world around them. So, for example, in ancient Egypt, they depended on the Nile River to flood every year in order to help grow better crops. We might also think about how people can change the environment to suit themselves. So think about how farmers in the Nile region, for example, may have built irrigation canals or similar items in order to help bring water from the river to the crops, which helped out a lot with farming. Lastly, with this theme, we need to think about how we ourselves as humans adapt to the environment. So, for example, every time you put your winter coat on, that's you adapting to the cold climate and the cold weather that we live in here in Michigan. Alright guys, so those are the 5 themes of geography. I hope you are ready to discuss them more detail in class. And if you have any questions, you know where I work, so you probably can track me down and find me. Alright? Good luck.